these opening words by my friend and colleague, the Reverend Kimberly Tomczyk Carlson. It is not by chance that you arrived here today. You have been looking for something larger than yourself. Inside of you, there is a yearning, a calling, a hope for more, a desire for a place of belonging and caring. Through your struggles, someone nurtured you into being, instilling a belief in shared purpose, a common yet precious resource that belongs to all of us when we share. And so you began seeking a beloved community, a people that does not put fences around love, a community that holds its arms open to the possibilities of love, a heart home to nourish your soul and share your gifts. Welcome home.
So today we're reminded we've missed Nick over the past few months a little bit. And today is celebrating about our community returning together. And Holly, can you come open the Wonderbox for me? Let's see. I think we have some gifts. You want to grab that one? You want to hand that to your dad? So our first gift, some of you who were here last week, you can open it, got a preview, if you were here last week, of the song that this congregation wrote together with Carrie Newcomer. And so this way you can sing along, because one of the things we love about Nick is he has quite a beautiful singing voice and helps us know the words to a lot of our hymns as we go along. So we can look up there and we can all see the words to the journey we travel, and we can all help sing along, okay? Shane, you might want to come this way just a little bit so that Sandra doesn't bonk into you. Okay.
Wandering on this winding path, I was yearning for more, until I found this loving place, didn't know I was looking for. This is our journey through shadow and light, traveling together, hearts burning bright. The kitchen hums, the coffee's warm, we share our stories here. A place to grow, a place to learn, letting go of what we fear. This is our journey through shadow and light, traveling together, hearts burning bright. Working toward a better world, within, among, beyond, teaching children and ourselves to carry on the song. This is our journey through shadow and light, traveling together, hearts burning bright, hearts burning bright. Again, this is our journey through shadow and light, traveling together, hearts burning bright, hearts burning bright, hearts burning bright, hearts burning bright.
Thank you, Sandra. Now, you guys might want to split a little bit so there's room in this path for our next. So one of you come this way, come just scoot so that people can come through the aisle. Shane, come over here. Come over here. There you go. There you go. Yeah, pick a side. Pick a side. Okay, we're good. Okay. Aurora, I was wondering if you might help us with our next gift, which one of the things we did while Nick was away was learning about the symbols that kind of are part of our faith. And so what's one of the big symbols of being a minister is this beautiful stole that a minister wears. It's kind of how you know they're a minister. If you're just looking around the building, say, hey, I wonder who's preaching here. Often you look for the person wearing a stole. So last week, some of us made a stole. You want to help pull that out? Now, this is the children's stole, and it's really big. But Shane, you want to come help put this on? You want to help put this on, Aurora, so we can show a little bit since you helped make it? Come here. So when we made this, the kids were talking about some of the things that were important to them, Nick. Do you remember what that one was? What was it? It was a tree because Shane thought it was really important that you remember to play and climb trees as we get older. And we had some other friends who talked about taking care of the earth and being in community and taking care of nature and having an imagination. So those are some of the things that our kids talked about that we thought were really important for grownups and maybe even ministers to have. I wonder, has anybody else worked with someone who's made a stole?
I have worked with a very talented artist, Kit Wright. Her name's Catherine Wright from Kids Creation in Salisbury, Maryland, to design a stole as a gift from all of us in the congregation to Reverend Nick honoring our sabbatical. And you might be able to see it coming in.
So what some of everybody here doesn't know, I'm sorry, I have to go a little off script, is Flat Nick has been floating around the building while you've been away and given some of us a good like jump scare sometimes, but it's your playful spirit has been conveyed in Flat Nick while you were away. Darian, it's your turn. All right, let's see. I think there's one more gift in here. What do you think?
Wait, I made it.
You made that. Some of our kids made chalices as we were talking about what it means to be a UU. No, it's just a hole. So you can take it back down to your seat. Go ahead. So a chalice. I wonder if anybody else has ever designed a chalice. I know. Look, Sandra, you have? Come on.
For many years, this beautiful chalice, generously made for us by Bob Pulley, brought light and warmth to our congregational gatherings. It will continue to serve us in its new home in the Elsie Weekly Room. Today, on the dawn of new beginnings together, I carry the symbolic flame to a new chalice.
Would our board president, Linda, come join us? And okay, perfect.
On behalf of the Board of Trustees, I would like to express my deep gratitude to the Sabbatical Committee for their devotion, really, really great devotion, and their collaborative spirit at making the events of the last 4 months come off with such remarkable joy. Please join me in a round of applause as we express our gratitude to them. They're scattered all over. I was going to ask them to stand up, but after the service today or in the days that follow, I would ask that you approach them individually and express your congratulations for a job well done and for your appreciation of the countless hours that they spent these last 4 months and certainly at least several years prior in the planning of this activity. And Kate, you know what I mean. We've now come to the close of our sabbatical, the formal part of it. And as a remembrance, as documentation, there will be a sabbatical times that you will see in the coming days. And I think whether or not you were able to attend all of the events or just a few of them, but please take a look at the sabbatical times and take a look at where we've been over these last 4 months. It's really remarkable. All the activities, all the learnings, everything that we've done as we've looked in the past, where we are right now, and to begin to see a glimmer of where we are going. And in terms of where we are going, for the three weekend events that we had in February, March, and April, all of them came out with learnings. And as you go out into the church, I'm not sure that there's anything in here, but as you go outdoors and in the building proper, take a look around you because you're going to see some things that are different. And all of those things were as a result of what we learned over these last 4 months. If they aren't documented in the sabbatical times, I was going to put out a raffle, another raffle that says, if you can find 15 of these, you might win a prize. We still might do it anyway. But please take a look around. There are a lot of wonderful new things that we can certainly appreciate as we continue our journey forward. And Nick, where's Nick? I think I heard that you might have some surprises today too.
Yes, well, because you made me cry, I'm going to do my best. No, I am so blown away by this, the children's stole that beautiful song, which I hope we find opportunities to sing that throughout the year. And this beautiful chalice. I've seen a lot of chalices in my day, and this is so gorgeous. And I hope that it's lit on many occasions, those of joy, those of sorrow, those of our continuity as a community. So thank you for all those who believed and who put their hands to this chalice. I have a couple things. First, the picture. Yeah, I have something for the sabbatical team and for the congregation, and I'd like to invite Kate up on behalf of those folks. We could have you all up here. This has been a long journey for us as a congregation. Sabbatical comes at the crossroads of a time in a minister and congregation's life, and we chose to take sabbatical together, an opportunity for us to reconnect, think about who we are, who we want to be together. And it's coming right at the end of a really critical time for the world, which was the pandemic, a real time of isolation and loneliness, and an invitation for us to really consider who we are and who we want to be. And when Kate was president at the beginning of the pandemic, Kate Kate and Bud and Sandra offered tremendous leadership to us, and that leadership and its continuity till now can't be forgotten. So this piece of original artwork is to go up to remind us of that leadership over those years, and especially during this pandemic. You can open it now. I wrapped it, butcher block paper, library. Diane scared me. So this says, if we get this right, we'll never go back to normal. And this was something that Kate found on Instagram, the artist who I actually Zoomed with 6 months ago to tell her about how important that phrase was for us, thinking about the pandemic. And I feel like we've been through so much that there's no way we're ever going back to normal. We're going forward. So.
And I'll just. This couldn't be more perfect. And I'll just say that it applies to your leaving us for 4 months and coming back. We're not going back to normal as you knew it either. So.
Right, I know. So you can go sit down. Thank you. Thank you. And then we're talking a lot about symbols, and I have one more gift. Yeah, I've got one more gift. You know, every week we do a couple things. We light this chalice, which is such a powerful and profound thing. And we also do another thing. And so I'm going to invite Linda up to open this. And this is a gift that I hope can bring resonance, can bring a connection, can bring us together each and every Sunday and times when we're together. The zipper, yeah. You hold this, okay?
Oh.
So this is a new singing bowl for us as a congregation. It's something that can bring us into a place of quiet, into a place of meditation, into a place of remembrance, into a place where we feel our connection to one another. Let's see what it sounds like. I have special tools. Three different options. The Sunday services team will have a lot to practice. Let's see how this sounds. So I hope that continues with us for many, many years to come. That's what I have.
This first reading, as well as the ones that will follow, all come from Staying Put, Making a Home in a Restless World by Scott Russell Sanders. One's native ground is the place where, since before you had words for such knowledge, you have known the smells, the seasons, the birds and the beasts, the human voices, the houses, the ways of working, the lay of the land, and the quality of light. It is the landscape you learn before you retreat inside the illusion of your own skin. You may love the place if you flourish there, or hate the place if you suffered there. But love it or hate it, you cannot shake free. Even if you move to the antipodes, even if you become intimate with new landscapes, you still bear the impression of that first ground.
Well, I said last week, this would be my last week here as the sabbatical team leader, but here I am again. And I was asked to give a reflection, but that's just impossible because for the last 4 months, I've been surrounded by grace, by patience, by love, by extremely, extremely hard work from all of the committee, as well as the countless volunteers who have just stepped up when we've needed them. And it's just impossible to start naming them. As Linda mentioned, we're having a published newsletter called the Sabbatical Times, which you'll look forward to getting because it will explain all of the things that you haven't seen us do, but that we were busy doing. I have my hobbling husband going after a couple of people, but Louise, would you come up here a moment, please? I have to find something here. Excuse me. This must be yours. As many of you know, Louise is our acting music director. And when I went into this job, that's what I thought she was, acting music director. That title does not begin to tell what Louise does for our congregation. She's in charge of all the music, but she's also in charge of keeping all the worship associates together, having our run-throughs every morning before you all come in to know that when things are right and when they're clicking. She has been in charge of all of the special events that we've had over weekends, arranging. Thank you. See what I mean? They just step up when you need them. She has been in charge not only of helping facilitate the workshops and the concert and all of the logistics, but making sure that the musicians have what they need, the speakers have what they need. We can't begin to tell you how proud we are of you and how extremely in awe of your many talents. This is a person I will always think of when I think of COVID, because when we went into COVID, I thought, thank goodness we have a young minister because we didn't miss a beat technology wise. He got us, you know, on time, on Zoom. Thank you. and yet Louise had to learn whole new programs. And by the time we were just a couple of weeks into it, she had a new laptop, she had new sound software, and she was just pulling resources from all over the place to make sure that we didn't miss a beat. And we were forever grateful for you. Thank you so much. This is our children and youth part-time professional. And I want to add part-time because that's just a misnomer. Adrian actually spent one whole night here because there were still things to be done before a big weekend. And, oh, I don't want to drive to Bloomington. I'll just stay here. I don't know. We've gone through all kinds of family things, you name it, ways that busy mothers are extremely busy and too busy to have a job like this. But you did it with grace and patience and humor, and forever grateful. Thanks. I'm sorry I swung her along. Brittany, again, is part-time. She was in her position maybe, I don't know, 10 hours before you took off for 4 months. She was here for a very short time. She has made sure the bills were paid, made sure the doors were open at ungodly times, day or night. She has actually extended our presence in the community by helping facilitate special memorials, special celebrations with people out in the community.
She has, I can't even begin to tell you all the things that you are to me and that you were to the sabbatical team. It's just been a pure joy. You don't know how to say no, and I'm going to coach you on that when this is over. But thank you ever so much. And I guess we're all finished with the superheroes, except for one, Marty. If you roll Elizabeth and Brittany and Adrian all into one, they don't have the power of this superhero, Marty. You all know what he does. Every darn day this building is open, he is here, he is managing the sound. He also we had these special events that we hadn't actually planned on during the sabbatical, but they reaped so many benefits for us that, of course, Brittany said, yeah, come on down. He said, oh yeah, I'll make a slideshow. I'll do the sound. We could not run this place without you, and we're forever indebted. Thank you. It was one of the most enjoyable 4 months that I've ever spent. Certainly the most peaceful and joyous times. And it's because of the community that this congregation has become to me and to Bob. And again, thank you so much.
Loyalty to place arises from our need to be at home on the earth. We marry ourselves to the creation by knowing and cherishing a particular place, just as we join ourselves to the human family by marrying a particular man or woman. If the marriage is deep, divorce is painful. The longing for a safe place to lie down echoes through our holy songs and scriptures. Abused and scorned, we look over Jordan, and what do we see? A band of angels coming for to carry us home. If earth has no room for us, we are promised, then heaven will. The string of assurances in the 23rd Psalm ends with the most comforting one of all. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I shall dwell in the house of the Lord forever. If we are ever going to dwell in the house of the Lord, I believe, we do so now. If any house is divinely made, it is this one here, this great whirling mansion of planets and stars. In belonging to a landscape, one feels a rightness, at homeness, a knitting of self and the world. This condition of clarity and focus, this being fully present, is akin to what the Buddhists call mindfulness, what Quakers call centering down. I am suspicious of any philosophy that would separate this worldly from the otherworldly commitment. There is only one world, and we participate in it here and now, in our flesh and our place.
Six years ago today was a very important day in the life of this congregation. After 2 years of being on a journey similar to sabbatical, a time of in-between, you all had a decision to make. And the outcome seems in some ways to be pretty personal, related to one person. or a family. You all voted to see who would be your next settled minister. But that vote was a vote for all of us and those who've come since. Over the last 6 years, that vote has opened the door to us, for us to journey, to experience, to have joys, moments of loss of people we love in this congregation, opportunities to make meaning of this life, of our own purpose in this life, to welcome new life, new babies into this community. That vote, well, something I very much appreciate, was for all of us and our shared ministry. During that search process, when you were all in your time of interim, and I was in my time of search, my website that everyone puts together had a little tagline and it said, searching for a ministry to call home. Searching for a ministry to call home. And, you know, the search committee might look past that down into the good weeds of my skills or personality, but that searching for a ministry to call home was and continues to be a life calling for all of us. A ministry, a community, something that we can be called to and called back from the brink to this place, a place of love, a place of challenge, a place of creativity together. I'm so grateful for how that journey has unfolded these last 6 years. And these last 4 months, while super culminative of that journey, has been one we've all been on. It's been one we've all been on our whole lives. I'm grateful to see where the journey takes us next in shared ministry. I'm grateful for the spiritual home that we share. And I'm grateful for each of you who bring your life, your love, all your gifts to this place, UUCCI. I'm grateful. Thank you. May it be so, and amen.